Good morning, YouTubers. How are we all? I'm doing really well this morning. It's May the 9th. I should know that actually, 2017. It's Tuesday, so I've got a busy day ahead. I am going to do my volunteer job this morning, and then I have my beautiful girls coming for lunch, Chelsea and Willow, and one of my best friends, Ange, is coming for lunch. So that's really, really lovely. I have got an excruciating stomachache due to my period, my girly time, which is really, really annoying. But after I've had my breakfast, I think I'll take some medication to do that. And you can see the bags and the tiredness. I slept really well, actually, but I think when I'm on my period, I really do feel extra, extra tired. So, yeah, I put this top on today. It's quite funny because I realised that I did a body shot on a video. If you go back and have a look, sorry, for those of you who've just joined me, my name's Jan Silver. I am 44 years old, I'm 5'5.5", and I've been video logging my journey to and beyond a gastric bypass. Over December in 2016, I weighed a grand total of around 120 kg. I'm not going to convert it all for you, you can Google that. Use Dr. Google. So I was 120 kg at that point, and before surgery, I'd lost over a stone because I lost a bit January, February. Then on my liver reduction diet, I lost a stone. And now I am 99.4 kilos. So I'm doing really well on the weight loss side. I'm not unhappy with that at all. Everything's gone textbook. It's all been, you know, if I could guarantee this same situation and journey for other people, I would totally recommend, if you were looking at any kind of weight loss surgery, that bypass is the way to go. But having said that, not everybody is the same, and so many people suffer complications, and you know, they might get different things wrong with them where I haven't. I feel really fortunate. Anyway, back to this t-shirt. It's quite funny because if you go back, I've just been looking, I've got it on a screen here as well, of my reduction diet. I've been video logging daily since before my liver reduction diet. And if you go to day 10 liver reduction diet, I've actually got this same t-shirt on, and I stand up and show you a body shot. So I'm going to do the same today so you can compare. I'm even looking at my face there. You know, I had this chub out there and less wrinkles, but like I said, I'm not worried about that. Anywho, I will show you today what this t-shirt looks like, because it is not sitting on my rolls of flabs like it used to. Happy to report still, the girls are still in place, and they don't seem to be shifting at the moment. We shall see. I will show you my scars today. I'm not worried about those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there was another little one somewhere, but I think he just didn't mean to do that. And my belt, as you can see, people, my belt was done up there. And now I'm on the last one. So I do know that at some point I have got to go shopping and get some new, like I said, I'm eking out my trousers, I'm eking out my tops, but you can't do that forever without looking a bit like a tramp, I guess, because I'm wearing stuff that really doesn't fit me. So my husband said just bite the bullet and go shopping. So I may very well do that this week, I'm not sure, and see. And if I go on my own, I haven't got anybody else to worry about, I think I'll then take some time, really try and be patient with myself, and take different sizes into the changing room so I can really assess what I am, I guess. And this morning, because of my period, I was like, oh, Howie, my tummy hurts. And he started to sing the Dolly Parton song, which is, sometimes it's hard to be a woman. And that just really reminds me of my father, who died, and this is the reason I'm mentioning it, 17 years ago today. So cheers, Dad, you're out there, up there, down there somewhere with a bloody large whiskey in your hand, I'm sure. And yeah, I didn't want this video to go by today without marking that, you know, 17 years ago today I lost my father. He was a really odd man. I say that in the nicest possible way. You know, I wouldn't speak ill of the dead. As I've said to you before, my family's really screwed up. My father and my mother split when I was about 5 years old, and there were 5 of us at that point. There's 4 girls and then a boy. And I think my dad probably had extramarital affairs, naughty, naughty. So my mum kicked him out, and, you know, he was the sort of person, not everybody warmed to him. He was a bit of a charmer, but he was a bullshitter too. And I think part of the reason I'm so blatantly honest is because I grew up with this man. He wasn't in my life a lot, but I did get to know him later on in life, and he was 58 years old when he died. So I feel really grateful and blessed that I did get to know him, even if I got to know he was a bit of a compulsive liar. There's no way to get around that, really. A lot of his stories I found harmless, but then if they didn't involve you, I guess they would be harmless. You know, he'd tell a story of the reason him and my mother split up was because my mum was having an affair, not with 1, 2, 3, 4 policemen, it was 5 at a time. So that was the kind of exaggerations that my father would do. And, you know, I went to visit him sometime in Cyprus. That's where he ended his life. And we'd be in a bar, for instance, having some lunch, me and the kids and my dad, and there'd be a couple arguing. But by the time we got home to my stepmom, he would tell her that there were 25 people having a punch-up. You know, his stories would roll and roll and roll. So towards the end, harmless, I guess, and he was my father biologically, but I strived to be not that way. I don't like to exaggerate. I don't like to lie. I know a lot of people say this, but I truly mean it. And I am quite honest. Sometimes I don't have a filter. So if something needs saying, I say it, and there is no filter. And maybe I could look back later and go, oh, I could have said that differently, you know. And Harry used to say to me a lot, Jan, there's being honest and then there's being really blunt. So I've tried to change myself slightly so that I don't hurt people's feelings with my truths, but somehow that is just me and it is what it is. And I think it's due to my dad being a compulsive liar that I wanted to be the complete opposite. It didn't take away from the fact that I loved him. I'm not sad now. It's 17 years down the line. I do remember the day that he died. However, I'd been to a few funerals. People had died in my life, you know, but not extremely close people. And I do remember the feeling of, it's a physical, as if a truck had crushed the top half of my chest and I couldn't breathe, you know. Because I think it's the shock of it all, isn't it? But anyway, this isn't meant to be a down, you know, video. It is about weight loss. Just wanted to mark today. It's 17 years ago till my old man. And he killed himself at the end of the day. He was an alcoholic. I have said that before. He smoked and he drank. He had angina, and the NHS in England refused to operate on him until he sorted those addictions out in his life. And he didn't do that. So they moved to Cyprus and you know, lived their life there. Both were alcoholics, my father and my stepmother. And I mean proper alcoholics. He would get up in the morning, have 1 pint of tea, and then he'd hit the whiskey, neat whiskey. And that bottle of whiskey would be all day. He functioned because he was able to still work and help out in bars, and he was a wonderful karaoke singer. I do remember that about him. My dad could pick up the harmonica, listen to any country and western track, and actually play Azure, and he was quite amazing in that respect. He had a lot of good qualities, my dad, and that's what I'll remember today, which is good. So that's that part of it. I'm about to eat. This is for anyone who wants to know. My breakfast I tell you about is 1 tablespoon of oats, 1 tablespoon of oat bran, and 1 tablespoon of the linseed, milled linseed with oats and stuff. So it's that much. It's actually quite a lot. It does swell quite a lot when you've added the milk and put it in the microwave. So that's what I'm about to have for my breakfast. And then I really better get my arse in gear, I guess. So I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Liz, it was good to hear from you last night. I wondered where you'd gone, and I can't believe you've now got 4 days till surgery. I am going to be thinking of you constantly. Mandy, I also know that your surgery's been brought forward a week, and that must be really quite stressful, because I know you've got your kids to think about, your job and parents helping you and stuff like that. And I know you've got, you know, other family issues. So I just wanted to put it out there to you that I'm thinking of you. But really, Mandy, you know I'm not far from the hospital. If there's anything you want me to do, I don't work, Mandy. I am about to get the motorhome and we will be away at weekends. But you know what I mean? If there's anything at all, even if you want me to come and see you at the hospital, please let me know. You've got my number, and I genuinely mean that. You know, I'm that sort of person. I'll come and see you. I'll do anything you want me to do to try and ease your journey. Anyway, to everybody, I hope today, Tuesday, is wonderful to you all. And I will talk to you again tomorrow.